Hello, everyone. In today's video, we will conduct a World Series based on a recently completed sim auction. The auction was based on a player pool that we derived from the 1919 Chicago White Sox, the 1991 California Angels, the 2001 Seattle Mariners, and the 2022 New York Yankees. Now, what we do in sim auctions to determine who purchased the best team during the auction is we will play entire seasons using the APBA computer game to determine the winner. Now, in our version of the World Series, every season counts as one game. And then, of course, the team that wins 4 seasons wins the World Series. So before we get started, we're just going to take a quick look at our teams that we purchased a few days ago. Just do some quick analysis to see what we think, and then we'll run the sims and actually determine who the victor is. Guys, can you see the spreadsheet?
Yes.
Awesome. I know we did a little bit of this at the end of the auction, but just for the benefit of this video, maybe we can do a little bit here. I'm going to start off with Nick because he's not here, and then we'll go backwards, Derek, Steve, and me. So Nick was our new participant. He had this was actually his first sim auction, and I thought some of his pricing was very good. The problem is that he didn't manage his money properly. And then as the auction is winding down, he has all this money and nobody to spend it on. So that obviously led to him bidding $49 on his last player, which obviously Fred McMullen is not worth that. But that's all he had left, and Nick just tapped that player for that price. But that's what Nick had left unspent. And obviously that money could have been spent a little bit better during the course of the auction, whether it be to acquire players that you wanted or to inhibit the progress of some of your fellow GMs. So learning lesson, not uncommon. We've seen that happen before in other auctions. The big challenge here is you got to price the players correctly, but then you also have to manage the flow of your money during the auction, because if you don't, this is exactly what happens. And obviously, if you leave almost $50 unspent, there's just no way you're going to be able to win. So lesson learned, but hopefully Nick will be back to do some Mattel with us, and he learned the lesson. And he'll spend all his money next time.
You know, Andy, I've found with mine, I've generally feel like either I undervalued or underpriced the pitchers a little bit, and then when I saw the bidding go well above what I was willing to spend on them, then I ended up in that no man's land of I have no pitching and there's no one left.
Exactly. And then the result of that is $39 from Mark Langston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, he's a good pitcher, but he that price is probably maybe $10 above what he probably should have gone
for. Correct. But yeah, that's you get in that
yeah.
Who else is there position. So
you're absolutely right.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's interesting because that would have been one spot where Nick probably should have kept going.
Oh yeah, he definitely had the funds. I was probably right up against my my max bid there.
Yeah.
So
and that would have put you in a real bind, because then you would have had this money that no one to spend it on.
I would have been pitching Fred McMullen, even though he's a batter.
You would have forced him into the pitching staff. Yes,
he would have been my ace probably.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But you know what will keep you going though is you do have the most hitting in the auction. So I mean, you got the best player in Judge, which is interesting because Steve and I were talking after the auction, and Steve, actually, I think you had targeted Judge, right?
I that was part of my plan. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I thought the bidding was going to go higher, to be honest.
Yeah. I thought he might have gone a little bit higher than that, but I mean that's a solid price for him. It's not a bargain; it's just a fair price.
Yep.
Yeah. So
I think I had Ichiro a little bit higher than that, so I don't know.
Oh, good.
It's pretty close to the target that I had, but
yeah, Joyner I think is okay too. Olerud, same. Olerud maybe you got a little bit of profit there. Yeah, it's that Langston thing that created a little bit of a problem.
And for me with Judge, I had him a little bit higher.
Yeah,
But it was clear to me, at least in my gut, that I wasn't going to get him. So I bailed out before I got stuck with him at a price I didn't want to pay,
yeah,
and just pivoted to more pitching.
Yep. I
yeah,
think I
and
did pretty good in the back end of my pen as well. It's just it might
Yeah.
be the
you
back
did.
end of my rotation and the middle relief might be problematic.
Correct. You need Harvey and Holmes to pitch a lot of good innings for you. Yeah. Um, Steve, I have to say that pivot that you did was absolutely brilliant because you went from going after Judge to just completely going in a different direction.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll work, and I know it has in the past in different circumstances, but
Yeah,
I
it was gutsy.
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So one mistake that I made was, and I usually am a little bit better prepared, but and usually I'm thinking plan A, plan B, plan C. And this time I didn't really have a solid plan B, which would have been bidding you up, Steve, for CCOT. And really, I should have made you pay at least another $5 to $7
Yeah,
minimum.
yeah,
And I didn't have him in my plans, and I didn't want to do a quick pivot. So I said, let me just back off and give Steve some profit. Let me just back off. But if I had kept going, I don't know that you could have executed this because one of the other guys might have been able to take one of these other pitchers from you.
for sure, for sure.
If you pay 52 for CCOT, now that's $7 less that you have to
Yeah,
try to get these other guys.
yeah. One of the five guys I wouldn't have gotten for sure.
Exactly. And that would have put you in a little bit of that weird middle ground.
Well, and then my other plan was I didn't expect to get five, so if I had gotten four, I would have just rolled with a four-man rotation.
Right. Good
Yeah.
point. And then the other thing, obviously that helped your cause is, and I did some test sims.
Yeah,
Here's the deal.
there it
If you
is.
if you don't get Stanton, more than likely you're going to win this.
Yeah,
And here's the reason right here. Stanton for $7. If you take that bat out of this team, it doesn't win.
yep,
You need
I
it
agree.
because Rizzo is not enough. You needed at least another bat. And here's the crazy thing. I'm going to pull up Nick's team for a second. So Stanton, lot 65. So Nick buys Blair with lot 68. He could have had Stanton.
Yep,
595 OPS compared to 759 OPS. But
yep.
again, I totally get it. It's pressure and you got to think fast. And all of a sudden, Stanton, there he goes, $7. You had the money. You didn't bid more though. Yeah.
I was a little surprised, but I felt like Nick didn't need an outfielder at that point. It was like
He
a
really
luxury.
he really
I'm
didn't.
not justifying. I don't know. I mean, you always say, "Oh, DH," but
Yeah.
that's how I felt like I was kind of surprised it didn't go beyond that because I had limited funds. I figured if I can get two hitters within, $30, that's all
Yeah.
I can do.
No, and you're right. He really did. Joe Jackson would be one, Cameron would be the other, Niebold would be the other, but he could have slotted him at DH.
Yeah, for
Uh,
sure.
or the other thing that all of us have done, right, is you just buy the guy to block
Yep,
to block him from your opponent.
for
So,
sure.
but again, in the heat of the auction, especially when it's your first auction, it's not that easy to
Way
get
easier
all.
said than done, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's hard to get all those pieces to fall in line in your head. So
yeah,
and then with me, when I saw you putting together that pitching staff, Steve,
hmm
my thought was, all right, I'm gonna have to just stay as close as possible to him, pitching wise.
yeah,
And then at the same time try to have obviously more hitting than you.
yeah.
So I did a nice job of getting some good pitching.
Yeah, as soon as you got, I saw you go after Finley right after Moyer, and it was kind of obvious to me that that was what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
I didn't have any resources to try to get one more pitcher. I figured 5 was the best I could do anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw doing that, and then I was afraid of your hitting because you have
I do have some decent
good
hitting.
pitching and really good hitting.
Yeah, and it's interesting because I didn't necessarily want Boone because of his 4 platoon factor there against righties. But it kind of landed at 29, and that's more or less what I had him at. So I just went with
Yeah.
him.
Hey,
And
I
then
mean, he still has 206 hits and 37 homers. So
oh
For
yeah,
sure.
yeah,
I think you're still all right there.
he's still gonna do okay for me, but that 4 platoon doesn't help. And then I actually didn't have Edgar in my plans because I wanted to have flexibility at DH.
Yeah,
But again, 30 was about what I had him at, and I just figured let me just grab what I can and we'll see what happens.
for sure.
But anyway, it was a lot of fun. It always is. I love this stuff. So let's slide into League Manager and start the Sims. And then of course I'll save each season as we go so that I can put together the summary later on.
I think Mecklemore might be a real bargain for you there too. I know.
I wanted him, and I couldn't go that high for sure.
Yeah. I liked his flexibility, and I like the fact that I mean his stolen base ratio is really good.
Yeah.
He really blossomed when he left the Angels, as a lot of people do.
Go figure.
Like that Otani guy really took off, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that used to be what they would say about all the Mets. That when they leave the Mets, they become good. Which of course did happen with Nolan Ryan for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Nolan Ryan, Amos Otis. Remember Amos Otis
Yep.
in Kansas City, Derek? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, we're at 0-0. Here we go, gentlemen. The start of season 1. All right, let's see how we're doing early going here. I got a half game lead over Derek, and Steve is right at you. Everybody's in it right now. Let's see what we're up to here. Steve jumps into the lead, 1 game over me, 4 over Derek, Nick falling back.
Ooh, we're nothing at 10.
That hurts. So here we are at the All-Star break. Let's see where we're at the All-Star break or just after it. Steve opening up a lead, but Derek and me are still within striking distance.
Right there, for sure.
Yeah. Steve's still in the lead, 5.5. Let's just stay right here. 7 and 9, so opening it up, you got a magic number of 36. Whoa, I won some games in a row there, making it interesting. 1.5 and 6.5.
Ooh.
Three, magic number of 10. Magic number of 9, 3.5 and 4, Derek.
Holding on.
1.5. Magic number of 2. Looks like you got it. Derek, 3. Let's see what the final tally was here. Any rainouts?
Couldn't be any tighter, right?
Ooh,
I think there was a
yeah.
rain out, right?
And who's involved in that?
Oh,
Steve.
here we go.
Steve, that's you.
Could be important.
Yeah. But it's against Nick, so we'll see. Here we go. Steve's the winner, and the final tally is, oh, a tie.
Ooh.
Oh,
Look at that. So we're
I
gonna
needed
need to
that.
go. We're gonna need to go to run differential now as the tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'm host.
Wow, that is fantastic. Derek, you're right there.
Ooh.
This might be the closest ending we've ever had, actually.
Yeah.
Have we ever had a tie before?
Yeah, I think once.
Did we?
Yeah, I think so. Just once. We went to run differential before.
All right. So I'm gonna need to go to a different screen and share that screen with you guys, the StatMaster screen, and we're gonna tally up the run differential. Actually, before that, let me tally these win totals: 89, 89, 87, 53. 89, 89, 87, 53. And let's find the StatMaster. So let me share this additional screen with you guys. I think it's this one. So we're looking for summary. So let me just do a little bit of math here. All right, Steve. So my team scored 713 runs
Oh,
and,
jeez.
and gave up 564 right here.
Yeah.
713 minus 564
Yeah,
is
you got it.
149. And then for you, it would be scored 579 and relinquished 473.
106.
Yeah. Well, it couldn't be closer than that. So season one goes to me on a run differential tiebreaker.
Wow.
Wow.
Them the bricks.
Yeah. Share those screens again. All right, here we go.
All right.
Exciting season one there. Let's erase these stats. And I'm just going to wait a second till Derek comes back. So my wife has half day tomorrow. How about yours? How about you got half day?
Half day tomorrow.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then Friday off.
Yeah, Friday off. Go back Monday.
The benefits of teaching.
It is nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice. It's quiet. I mean, after, somewhere today, midday, it started sinking in that we're in vacation mode. So, it gets out of hand quick if you don't keep it, you know,
True.
you know. But it's
That's
fine. Like whatever. Like they're 12. Like that's what they do.
right.
It's fine.
Exactly.
Sorry, guys, I had to step away for a second there.
All
No,
good.
it's quite all right.
What was the verdict there on the run differential?
Trash.
It was close. I mean, I was at 149. Steve was at 106. So I take season one on a tiebreaker.
Okay.
The team with no hitting couldn't score runs. I mean,
Go figure.
shocking.
Yeah, you definitely don't want too many tiebreakers.
No.
It might go in a different direction for you.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Season two. Let me see. Did I erase this? I think I did. Yes,
Yeah.
I did. Okay. Season two starting right now.
Ooh. 0-2. Not a good start.
When I was doing the test sims, there were a lot of really significant swings. Like you could be down 10 games and make it up quickly,
Oh, really?
depending on who you're playing. Yeah. All right. Half a game lead over Steve, and everybody else is still in it. Nick and Derek still in it. Early, very early going here.
Just beat me 19-7, Andy.
Yikes.
I don't think they'll put up 19 in 4 games. So
What the heck? Let's watch that game. Let's see what that game was all about. We haven't done that in a little while. Let's take a quick
Yeah.
look. Okay, Frankie Montas did not have his A game, or
Mm.
his B game, or his C game.
I mean, he got it out in the second.
That's true. There we go. Brett Boone doing some damage. Yeah.
All right.
Actually, whoa, wait a minute. My backup catcher is the one who did the most damage.
Look at that.
7
Wow.
RBIs. That's crazy.
Yeah, a couple homers from Joyner, one from Olerud,
Yeah.
and yeah, my pitching was total garbage.
Yep. That's what happens when it's 19-7. All right. Well, but how about this one? 11-0 shutout. There you go. Your ace.
Hey, all right.
You get your money's worth.
That's right. And Judge is his 30th. Joyner
Wow.
his 10th.
That's in game 66.
Wow.
That's bananas.
Well, speaking of that, let's see where we are with the standings in game 66. There you go, Steve. 3.5 over me, 8.5 over Derek. Nick falling behind. So here we go. Let's get things rolling again. All right, let's take another look. Still keeping it close, Steve.
It's right there.
Derek falling behind a little bit now. Opening it up now, though. You got a 7-game lead with 27 Magic. So
Seen
this
this
is
before.
it's looking pretty good, though, for you.
I'll say.
Let's just stay right here now.
About to
Whoa,
make my run.
cut it to 3.
Haven't
Derek
won
making
since.
his run. You got this one.
We'll say.
Yeah, magic of 3. You got it. All right, let's see if there's any rainouts. Looks like maybe one. Yeah. And final standings. Nicely done. An even 100 victories. Well
I'll
done.
take it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's see, 193, 84, 41.
Oh, hey, Nick was challenging the White Sox from this season. It
Oof.
looks like.
Wow. Yeah, that's a rough season. Oh, geez. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to save the stats for season 1. Oh, well. We're going to have the stats for, we're going to be missing one season, not the end of the world.
Sure. I like to forget it.
Totally forgot to do that when we went back into to check the stats. No harm done. Let me save these guys, the stats for this season though, so I don't forget that. All right, let me go over to StatMaster real quick here.
Be a good suggestion for the APBA folks when you do the reset season or reset standings, whatever. It'd be nice to have a little prompt there. You know, hey, do you want to save the stats from the previous year before you?
You're
Wipe these
absolutely
out.
right. And I think what creates the possibility of forgetting is that it's not all integrated into the same module. You have those 4 different modules.
Yep.
If it was all in one, it would be so much easier to do that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just amazing that this game, Derek, is still, functional. Not just functional, but really still very good, considering it was built in the 90s, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I mean, the improvements went dormant for quite a while, but
Right.
I'm glad they revived it. I think the only version of the APBA computer game I didn't have was the original DOS, like 1.0 version. But
Wow.
I going back to 86, 87, I had purchased they put a game out for the Apple II. I had
Wow.
that one.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I wish I had saved the media and the manuals from that one. I think unfortunately when I sold my Apple, I sold all the games off. Yeah, but I remember that one. I think that one came with the 86 season. It didn't have all the bells and whistles. You couldn't edit. You couldn't, I think it
But
kept the stats. I'd have to go back and dig
and
up some info.
before I got into it, there seemed to have been some other module called Wizard that
I
allowed you
have the
to
wizard. I have the wizard
create.
module. Yep.
Yeah, because
Yeah, you can.
I know Nick uses it to create and modify cards.
Yes. Yep.
I'll be right back.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. There. So I got back into it when it was the Windows 3.1 version,
Okay.
and then they built basically the same thing for Windows 95, and then they added the Ernie Harwell broadcast, and the other add-on was the Bill James Encyclopedia. So you could
That's right.
import anybody from, I don't know, 1870s up through like 1996, 97 was maybe the last update for that one.
And basically create cards from your
Yeah.
import.
Yep.
Yeah. It's interesting that they got rid of the wizard in later versions. I wonder why.
I think when we spoke to John Herson, the reason given was that Wizard basically was cutting into their profits with selling the individual season discs.
That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
they are, that's why they're
Yeah.
not updating that utility
That
anymore.
makes sense. Yeah. Let me I know I saved it, but I just want to, now I'm getting paranoid. I want to make sure we have that saved. Documents.
I was thinking it would be extra work on your part, but it would be cool to see or to have Ernie broadcast one of our, just like an exhibition game from the teams that we formed, and put that up as a video.
You know what? That's an interesting thought. That's a very interesting thought. I think
it doesn't
I
have
might
to
be able,
count for anything. Just
yeah.
just kind of a demonstration or an exhibition game between, two of our teams, or if you want to, I don't know.
I think you might be onto something there. Yeah. Let me give that a little bit of thought. I think that's doable.
Because the speech, whatever they did to capture his voice for this, it's just, I feel like it's light years ahead of all the other games that have come out with those. It just feels like a lot of the other games, it's kind of like the words are kind of spliced together, and it doesn't sound natural.
And here it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That is a beautiful 100 win season, and we will have to now erase those stats. And here we go. Season 3. Steve and I tied 1-1. Thought I had shared that.
There we
How
go.
about now? Okay, good. Let's see where we're at, because we just simmed quite a few games there.
Oh, good. Oof.
Very close after 20 games.
Early.
Yep, 3.5 out. Derek 5.5. Nick falling behind a little bit at 11. Here we go.
Frankie Montas coming back to haunt me. Him and John Halama probably getting
Seen a lot of
here.
losses.
Let's see where we're at now.
A lot of losses.
2.5, 4, 5. Actually, everybody's in it right now after 40 games. See, Steve jumps into the lead. 3 behind I am, and Derek 4 behind. past the All-Star break. Steve, I'm right there, making you sweat. 2 out, and Derek as well, 6 out.
I need to go on a run. That didn't do it.
Check back in. Derek jumps in the
Oh,
lead.
look at that.
All
Two and
right.
a half on both me and Steve. Let's keep it right here, gentlemen. Derek, magic number 5 and 4 behind.
Steve's
Steve.
only a half back there. Isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'm right behind.
Oof.
This could be interesting. Oh, 1.5, magic number 2. Let's see. Any rainouts? Yes. Steve and Nick.
Maybe I need it.
Actually, let's check before we run that game. Ooh, look at that. You do.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
here we
Let's see.
go.
Yeah.
Drama. Oh.
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 What was this
Oh.
one?
So what do we have? Another tie?
Another
Another
tie.
tie, I think. Yeah.
That is incredible. Actually, you know what? That is not incredible because in the test, if I showed you guys my notes, that's pretty much what was happening. I mean, we were winning by 3 games, 2 games, 4 games. I didn't have any ties in my test sims, but they were all close. So here we go again. Run differential is going to decide another season. And this time I will save the stats.
I was gonna say, don't forget to save them.
Yeah, actually, let me do that first before I forget. Wow. Let me put in these games. 88, 88, 86, 56.
I couldn't be more consistent with my wins.
No. Yeah, you got 87, 84, 86. Yep. And 56. All right, let's get out of that, minimize that. Get into Stat Master. So let me save all this first, and then we'll go back to check. Standard. Batting, pitching, summary standings. So this is pitching season number 3. And let me share screen. All right, here we go. Let's do some math. So I'm at 667 on the scoring side.
Yay! Nope.
And minus 596, right?
Yep. Look at
So
that.
I'm at 71 and you're at 647 minus 490. So you got it.
Close.
So 157 to 71, right?
Yep. Close.
All right. So 2 seasons separated by run differential. Wow.
Let's not do a third.
No, that was pretty exciting though.
Yeah. See, I'm scoring 711 and giving up 689. So
Yeah, you're scoring enough, but
yeah.
doesn't quite work when you're giving up close to it.
Yep.
All right, here we go. We're going to be moving on. So just checking. I did save the stats. Yes. Okay, good. So let's get out of this screen and I stopped sharing. Let's do that. So we're back to this and this.
I'm going to call a 3-way tie this time.
All right. That'll be something. I'll have no shot.
What are you guys seeing? The league manager or the spreadsheet?
League manager.
League
Okay.
manager.
Okay, good. All right, so Steve leads 2 seasons to 1. Let's wipe out season 3. And here we go, season 4 underway.
Yeah. So it does prompt you, but it doesn't tell you that you haven't saved,
Exactly.
the stats in StatMaster, right?
Right, let's see how we're doing in the early going here. Steve with a slight lead over me and Derek, and Nick is still in it too.
Oof, a lot of losses.
You said that last time, and then when we check, you were in first place. So let's
Very
take a look.
streaky.
Very. All right, you
See?
were right this time,
Yeah,
but still, what, 69 games, still
yeah, that's the
worth
time.
a lot to go. So we are now past the All-Star break.
Oof.
Opening it up just a little bit, but again, I've seen that disappear in the sims that I've done, just like evaporate. Still holding at 7. Derek's still in it.
40 games to go.
Yeah,
No, 8 games under 500. I don't feel like I'm still in it.
let's see. There you go, Steve making his run, and so is Derek.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah,
Back to 500.
let's stay right here. Magic number of 13. Magic number 4.
Oh,
See if I held on. We do have a rain out, at least one.
I don't think it's going to matter.
Let's see. See where the standings are right now.
oh,
Oh, you caught me at the end.
look at that.
Nicely done. You must
Oof.
have. Yeah,
8
look
game
at.
winning streak. Look at that.
Yeah, that did it. See, that's exactly what I saw in The Sims. Just some weird streakiness.
Wow.
So basically, I lost 5. You won 8. That was it.
How many were head to head? Because it looks like, if I'm looking at the schedule, it looks like we played 4 together. The last 4 are us.
Let's take a
And
look.
we split.
Let's take a look at the end.
So my only 2 losses in the last 10 were both to you.
Let's see.
Oh, there's more. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I had
I
stopped.
thought that was the end. I'm sorry.
Let's take a look. Oh, that's the end.
All right. 1, 2, 3. We played the last 3 against each other.
Yeah, and you took them all.
Yeah.
That was
Look at this. 4-3, 3-2,
4-2.
Wow.
all close. Yeah. But that's the thing. You have the pitching and you just need a little bit of hitting to make it happen. So
Ah, oof, that was tight.
yeah.
That rain out decides whether I played 500 ball or not.
And you
Oh.
got John Halama.
Let's do it.
There it is.
There you go. So 87, 85, 80, 66.
Best season.
Yeah. So 85, 87, 80, and 66. All right, so Steve leads 3 games to 1. This was the tiebreaker. And this is the season we just played, number 4. Okay. So that's in there. And let me just save the stats for season 4.
It's pretty unbelievable how closely matched you 2 guys are.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I said Stanton was the difference maker for you. Without, you needed that bat.
So we've had 2 seasons that went to tiebreakers and one that was won the last series of the season.
Exactly. Yeah, can't be much closer than that.
Nope.
All right, so let's see.
Yeah, I don't remember the money with when you got Stanton for 7, but I'm pretty sure I couldn't have bid any higher. But yeah, Nick definitely could have
I
run it.
think you were at the point where you had like, $20 for like 13 players or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Andy was starting to wind down too, and Nick had money. That was my concern because it was late enough that I can. There's usually a player late you can steal.
Yeah. And that's actually where the Edgar dilemma came
Yeah,
into play, because if I had kept going on Stanton, I already had basically a full team at every position.
yeah,
So yeah, I could have blocked you from Stanton, but then I would have basically spent that money and had no use for it.
yeah.
So, the Nick was the one who was in control of your destiny. All right, let me
Steve, did you
see.
wind up using Stanton as your DH or is he one of your outfielders?
I
Yeah,
think on one lineup it was a DH, and one lineup was an outfielder, right? I,
yep.
I think, yeah,
I'm guessing his defense isn't hurting you that badly then.
Not that bad. Well, you can get away with a one left fielder. It's shortstop and second base are the ones that you need good defense at.
I thought
Yep.
he was a little higher. Like I was kind of surprised he wasn't as bad as I thought he was going to be
Maybe
when I started looking back at the numbers.
he catches whatever he gets to, which isn't that much.
Well, fair.
But if he were playing in it, with pre 1973, he'd be toast, right?
Yeah.
Where are you going to put him?
Right. Exactly.
Like those
All right.
couple of seasons the Mets were playing Kingman at first base. It's like,
Yeah.
you know, not pretty. Okay, yeah, he swats 37 homers. He strikes out 100 something times, and he can't he can't field worth a damn. So,
Yeah. But I look at Stanton, he had all those numbers on like 380 at bats.
yeah,
Yep, those home runs came in handy. All right. Season 4, we will reset stats. Here we go. And here we go. Steve leads 3 games to 1, or 3 seasons to 1. So you just need to win one more and you are the champ. Here we go. Okay, so in the early going, very close
Very
after
close.
27 games.
Nick's making a run.
There we go.
yeah.
Oof.
Steve and I tied. Derek right there, 3 back. We might have another barn burner here.
Just want to win one. Make it interesting.
Oof.
Two over Steve, which obviously means nothing, and 8 over Derek.
Halfway through.
Yeah, just past the All-Star break. Might as well just keep it right here, gentlemen, and see what happens here. Me and Steve tied. Derek 8.5. Can Derek make a run? 1 game lead. Derek 12 out.
Yeah, it doesn't look pretty for me.
Magic number's 42.
Magic number 30 now.
30.
But I have to play Steve at the end, which is not good. Yep, there we go. I don't stack up well against your team. There we go.
It's like every pitcher, I have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just there's just no hole. So it's pretty much what I had anticipated. All right,
Oh,
finals.
Alama.
Oh,
There you go.
see if that made a difference.
Another close one.
Wow.
Three game difference. Derek 10 out. Congrats, Steve.
Thank you.
4
Yeah,
games to
awesome
1.
job.
Yeah,
Thank you.
well done.
Thank you for outbidding me on Judge. That changed
That's
things.
that set you on track to this strategy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're welcome.
But honestly, it's not easy to do that. It's not easy
Yeah.
to pivot and go in a different direction just like that. So
Yeah. And I really wanted like that. That was like I was all in for doing whatever it took to get him, and I realized I wasn't gonna get him. It's like it was like trying to get Wally Joyner, like it just wasn't going to happen. So I just cut.
No, that wasn't going to happen. No,
No.
I would have, wiped out the rest of my budget on Joyner and, just put, 3 players on the field or something.
There you go. Yeah, I think I would have taken Judge like 52 or 53. I think I had him like at 55, but I just
It's not even. It was a decent year for Joyner,
yeah.
but his best year probably 87. But I
Yeah.
couldn't stomach the rest of the Angels from that season.
Right, nicely done. So from an average perspective,
Look
yeah,
at
I
that.
mean, we were right there. 90, you averaged 91 victories, I averaged 89. So
Can't get much closer than that.
no, it was really, really tight. And again, to have 2 seasons that we've never had that before, have
No.
2 seasons decided by run differential. That's pretty cool. All right, let me save this and then we'll look at the stats for this last season.
If nothing else, Fred McMullen is a happy man.
For sure. You got paid.
Big time.
Took him 100 years, but he got his money.
Well said.
Steve, I think you've proven that good pitching beats good hitting.
Yeah. I that is a philosophy that I try to go after. If the pitching is there.
Yep.
There's a lot of pitching this time around.
Yeah, there was. And actually, there would have been even more if the 68 Indians would have stayed in. Yeah. All right, so that covers that. Let me pull this up again and share the screen. I just saved it. All right, so we got our pitching here. Let's do a quick sort by innings. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to win when you got Eddie Seacott and Lefty Williams both with ERAs under 2,
Yeah.
and both pitching 300 plus innings.
Both double-digit losses. It's insane.
Yeah, which is again because of the hitting, but I mean that pitching
Yeah.
is ridiculous. Lefty Williams 10 shutouts.
I did get my money's worth with Langston.
You sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cole and Tyon were fine.
Yeah.
Montas,
Not so.
not
441, not awful.
not terrible.
Yeah.
Not great.
Saves Harvey 22, Eichhorn 25. But Sasaki actually led in saves with 38.
Yeah.
All right, so that covers pitching. Again, no surprises. Seacott and Williams, totally worth it. On the hitting side, on the quality spectrum, let's see. Let's do by OPS. So Matt Carpenter, not a lot of at bats, but a beast. But Judge, of course, the real beast. Yeah, 11-13, which is not far off his real life number.
Yeah.
Beautiful. My guy almost broke 1,000, 991.
Look at those 2 plate appearances from Garrett Cole.
Wow, yeah. Look at Rizzo for you. 920, yeah.
Very good. And Pratza had less innings, but yeah,
Still.
Yeah. Yeah, Rizzo did well. And Stanton too.
Where's Stanton?
Up there you go. Right below
Okay.
Brett.
Oh, yep, there you go. Yep. Again, he because I did a couple of sins where I took him off your team and he was the difference maker.
Yeah.
Down year for Ichiro.
Yeah. I think that that lefty, because I think he had a 4 or 5 platoon factor,
Yeah.
and he was facing a lot of lefties, so I think
Yep.
that hurt him. See what the quantity numbers look like.
Wow.
How's that for an accurate sim? 64 homers.
Look at Rizzo.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, how could you not win with that? That's awesome.
Oh,
Wow, that's beautiful.
64. That's incredible.
Yeah, right on point. 141 RBIs.
Yeah,
Um,
I think Brett Boone did it right for you there.
he
Yeah.
did. He did. I guess that 4 platoon wasn't so bad. Stolen
And
bases. What we got? Yeah, you guys were right
Macklemore,
about you guys were
56.
right about Macklemore. Yeah,
Yeah.
56 and 7. Yeah,
wow.
better percentage than Ichiro even.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very nice. Let's see what else. Anything else interesting here? No, that pretty much covers it. Okay.
Steve,
And
15, 15 homers from Trevino.
Yeah.
that's not bad. Yeah.
Yep. And 2 for 2 on the base paths.
Nice.
Judge 9 and 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And then what do we have? Summary here for the last season. So Steve had the best pitching. I was second. And then OPS. Surprisingly, in this particular season, I had a better OPS than Derek. That's surprising.
Yeah.
Ooh, 666 for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. But that 244 ERA negates
Yeah.
it all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the last page is standings. Actually, there's one more here that I didn't select. I want to show you. It shows our head-to-head results.
Wow.
Actually, I actually had a slight advantage over you in this one, but usually my team doesn't stack up well against yours. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it wasn't enough. Nicely done, Steve.
Thank you. Thank you.
Steve,
Yes.
yeah, and so I'm targeting December 22nd as the next one. And Derek, that's the one that Mike Danes can be in. So
Yep.
thank you for Steve. You had the spreadsheet checked off for that date. Are you still? 'Cause I think that's a Sunday.
It's a Sunday. Yeah, I can do it. When we get to January, I have both sets of classes starting.
Yeah.
Just it's going to be tough in January, but if you get one in December, I can do that.
All right. Yeah, because I think that's the one I'm going to target, the 22nd of December,
Okay.
because it's basically if you can do it, it's me, you, Derek, Michael, and then I'm going to see if Nick wants to take another stab at it.
Cool.
Uh, or Mark, depending on how Mark is feeling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that'll be our 5. And then, there might be another one that we could sneak in there as well. It's just been tough getting people to try this. So
Yeah.
I'm actually in Nick's. I think I told you guys I'm in Nick's APBA league, and last night. So last night I won the second round of the playoffs, and now I'm headed to the American League Championship Series.
Oh, nice.
So obviously, if I win that, I'll meet up somebody in the World Series. So I'm hoping that if I win the World Series in his league, it'll give me some street cred,
Yeah.
and I'll be able to sort of like try to influence some of these guys to give this a try. So
Yeah. I think, it's one of those things. Once you do it, or once you have an idea what it is, I think a lot of people would be interested. It's just, taking the first step, or
Yeah.
maybe I don't know. I don't know if they just don't understand what's involved with it. But like you said, it's not a whole, it's not a big time sink like some of these other things. So
Exactly. This is something enjoyable that you can do, and then when it's over, you can say, okay, that was good. I tried it once, and that's good enough, or you can do it again. But it doesn't take up a ton of time. You know,
Yeah.
the time is really the prep, the auction, and this, and that's it, and then you're done. So we'll see if I can try to recruit more people into this. I do think it's what I told you a little bit the last time you and I chatted, Derek. I think it can be a little intimidating because you gotta make up your like how do you decide what you're gonna pay for these guys? Like you gotta come up with a system, and you can't buy a system to price these players. You gotta do it yourself. And I think it can be intimidating for some folks. So anyway, great job. I will summarize this stuff. And I still have to summarize our other auction as well. So I got some work cut out for me. So it's probably good that we're going to give it a little bit of a break until December 22nd. So,
Cool.
all right. Good job, Steve.
Thank you.
all right,
Congrats.
excellent, congrats.
All
Thanks.
right.
Good job.
Have a
Take
good night,
care,
everybody.
guys. Okay.
All
Good
right,
night.
take care.